Overall, Hero Without a Class, who even needs skills, had its charms, but it also had its small irritations. It's a good enough show to pass the time, but it's not the type of show that is top priority to watch. I have a theory that secretly Errol isn't classless, but actually has some sort of mimic class that they've never seen before, and so they don't know what to do with his results. Because the level of overpowered that he becomes after putting effort into something, like a specific class skill, seems a little bit extreme sometimes.
Yeah, it felt like he must have been given the blank slate class or something. Or everyone else is just really slacking and not doing their training.
Once he becomes sufficiently OP at one class, he moves on to the next one. So roughly the first half of the show focuses on sword skills and the second half on magic. Because of this, we get to see a wide variety of the magic systems and skills that this world is based off of.
It was interesting to see what he would learn next every episode.
This show masks its lack of flashy animations in the sword fighting better than most other shows of its caliber, too. That is to say that the fighting sequences were pretty decent. Some of the problems that I had with the show include how the dialogue feels a little unnatural and it never got less stilted. It also feels like Errol is half asleep through life, which is at odds with the fact that he's willing to train super hard just to prove himself and match his parents.
It almost felt like he must have trained so hard off screen that he was bored or too tired to express sometimes during scenes.
Yeah, for the huge amount of training that he did, it's surprising how much of it was off screen, but I guess they didn't want to bore us with training montages. Additionally, two of the girls came onto him pretty hard, which was done in an annoying way where you were asking yourself when it was going to stop so that the show could get back to doing what it was doing. It felt performative, as if they thought the audience would expect something like this, but it felt out of place. Altogether, that behavior only lasted an episode and a half, but it was still too much. And the final episode was kind of unfulfilling. The storyline with his sister felt rushed and shoehorned in.
I'm glad they did show us where his sister had disappeared off to, but it wasn't very impactful, even though she had done a lot.
Technically speaking, the show wrapped up what it had set out to do, but at the same time, it left this lingering feeling for me regarding the fact that he's going off to the City of Monsters. We don't know anything about it as an audience, and so we don't know what that would mean for him or be able to visualize that kind of future for him. Plus, he left Reiner with his parents like it was nothing, and even though he had expressed interest in her, it felt as if he wasn't respecting their relationship. As a note, for the fall anime season reviews, we're going to try to realign our scores better with the My Anime List descriptive words that pair with each number. So Hero Without a Class was a fine 6 out of 10.